Hello and welcome to Tabletop, and today I will present to you Warhammer The Old World, my first try of the game. It is 650 points Elves versus Dwarfs. It is kinda a border patrol. I think right now it's not officially a border patrol, but that's what we played. I got myself the rule book, and I wanted to know, is it a cool game? And I will reveal to you in a second why I got into the game. And also I caught a cold, so maybe my nose sounds a bit strange. Let me show you first the cool money shot. So yeah, this is why Warhammer The Old World is cool. It just looks great, it feels great. We did have a great time. Alex painted his minis. Sometimes he has a lot of grey minis, but these ones are cool. I have my beautiful elves, and I have to say, I think this was peak GW Fantasy. I'm sorry that these ones are black. They would have been painted, but and as you can see, they are on round bases. But GW retired my army once in Fantasy and once in Age of Sigmar, and then I was kind of gone, and now I'm back. Yeah, Warhammer The Old World. Let me show you also the beautiful terrain. I mean, this is just beautiful to look at. Maybe it's a bit much, but as you know, this is our first try. We're gonna play a border patrol, so it's not a big field battle. But it is a very dense terrain. Would I put down another field, I would make it a bit different. But yeah, we had fun and we thought it should look cool. And as you can see, we just took a few minis to get a hang of the game. And also I wanted to share with you that probably Mordian Glory was part of why I got into Old World. Right now I'm kind of pausing the Old World thing because I'm more focused on pillage and more time, so systems that don't take up too much time or not large scale battles. But yeah, but this video, I started watching the video, and as you can see, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes. He explained that he took his Empire forces to a tournament and that he had a blast. And then while I was watching the game, I was also having a blast because he was explaining what he was doing and how close the matches were, and just seeing the matches kind of reminded me of childhood, teenage years, and that this is a really fun game. Also, I think that the backstory is really good. Like just the Chaos faction, the Empire, just the lore and the world building. A lot of it is right, and it feels really lived in and very good. And so I didn't want to watch this video, but I watched then all the games. I wanted to watch a movie or a TV show, and then I watched this one because it was so much fun. It was so intriguing. And after that, I told then my friend Alex, okay, I got a bunch of Old World stuff, you got a bunch of Old World stuff. Let's get our minis and let's try out the game. So I bought a book online, very cheap, and I read the rules, and then we met. So as you can see here, I got my High Elves. They are from 2020, something around that, because Fantasy wasn't around anymore. Sure, people were playing the 9th Age, but where I was, people started to play Age of Sigmar, and for a while I was okay, I will never play Age of Sigmar because it's shit. And then we kind of got into the game. I have to say, I think the gaming system is quite decent, or maybe good, but I don't like the lore. And then somebody told me, hey, you can play your old minis, you put them maybe on round bases, and all the legend units you can play. And so I was in. As you can see, they are not yet fully painted because I was rebasing my minis and getting them ready for Age of Sigmar. And I had good war scrolls. White lines, for example, they were hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s with rend 1, and they were standing on 25mm bases, which you could get a lot of guys into melee. And then they had 2 attacks, and that meant that you had like 20 attacks with hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, rend 1, and they could take on everything. And same thing for the Sword Masters, so they were even better. And so the rules were kind of good. But then after version 1 of Age of Sigmar, they legended that too, and then I was gone, and these minis were just sitting in a box for years until now. And as you can see, I bring pretty much Illidian Reavers. This one, what's it called in English? In German it's called Speerschleuder. Repeater Bolt Thrower, yes, that's what it's called in English. And then some Lothern Sea Guard. And as you can see, I got myself some dices for Old World and the Horus Heresy. And thanks to this cheat sheet, we were pretty safe. And I hope that all you plays. Yes, Illidian Reavers. Yeah, the Lothern Sea Guards, the White Lions. And this was more or less my army, and now comes Alex's army. And as you can see, beautiful minis. These are the dwarves. Just beautiful miniatures. Yeah, and yeah, those were the armies, and here is what I brought. As you can see, White Lions 10, 1 bolt thrower. I don't know, I think I don't use it. Like 650 points is not much. We just wanted to get the hang of it. How do you move? How does close combat work? How does charging work? And all of that stuff I will share with you right in this video. I can hopefully recall everything. But yeah, it looks great. It looks great. And that's definitely a great point. And I would say for GW, the prices are kind of not that expensive. 40k stuff usually feels more expensive, and the Old World stuff feels kind of okay. So this is my army. Pretty basic stuff. These ones have spears, but they can also shoot their bows, I think 24 inches. And this is the setup. Again, the map is pretty full, but yeah, we dressed it up for a border dispute, and we wanted to just we just wanted to look good. And as you can see, I made some movement traits out of cardboard. I kind of checked what are the official sizes, and I just cut these out before I came to the game. I didn't have actual movement trays, so sorry for that. But the map, as you can see, looks kind of cool. A bit full, but yeah, it's a border dispute. So the dwarves are kind of farming for golds, but they are in elvish lands, and of course the elvish or the elves cannot let that pass, so they have to intervene, and they send a border patrol, 650 points, and we will battle here. And I will take you through all of the phases, and yeah, let's start, I think, in a second. showing you terrain. They look really beautiful, like beautifully painted. Like doesn't need much for these minis to look really good. Like I really love them. Again, the map. I don't know if you can hear the audio, but yeah. It just looks good. Okay, here we start the game. I think this guy is his hero. I have a wizard as a hero. I should have brought maybe a melee hero. Would have been a bit easier, but I just wanted to try out the wizard. And Alex wanted to test his beatstick. And as you can see, I'm putting down my units right here. Just 5 sword masters and 10 white lines. Here's my hero. He will go with I think he will go with the white lines. Needs to go with the white lines, I think. And here is my spear. This are my spearman, and here's my Lothran Seaguard. And yeah, not yet fully painted. And here are the dwarfs. I think these ones are hammers. They might strike last, but they get +2 strength. And I have to say, I like the old Warhammer system. I think Age of Sigmar is great, the way it plays. Also like New Games Workshop 40k. But Old Hammer, the rules, they might look a bit clumsy, and sometimes they are, but they're also really cool. So these are normal clansmen. Here also normal clansmen, 2 guys. And yeah, we're starting in a second. And yeah, let's get into the game. So I roll for my wizard. I have to see what I think he takes from white magic or elven magic. So I roll on this list, but then later on I see that he already has two spells, and I take those spells. Here's the treasure, which we'll fight over. This is the middle of the map, and we deploy, I think, 6 inches from the table edge. And the thing is that dwarves are really slow. They just walk 3 inches, and elves walk 5 inches because they are so swift. And you can change the formation. And if your formation is longer than it is wide, you have a marching formation similar to Napoleonics. And I think this is kind of like War Master, yeah. And so if it's not as wide as here, if it is longer, you can march, I think, not at double speed but at triple speed. If I'm not wrong, because like since December we didn't play Old World because we went into skirmishes. But yeah, and I think the charge. When we'll get to the charge is you will have your movement plus 1d6, but you can roll 2d6 and pick the highest. Should you charge through a terrain piece or through something like this, you pick the lowest dice from the 2. So as you can see, it is round 1, and now my guys, I think, start marching. Turn 1. Not much will happen. I will just march. The way you turn your units, A Song of Ice and Fire kind of solved it in a very elegant way. You turn on the spot, and that costs you nothing. You can turn on the spot at the beginning of your move and at the end of your move. And in the Old World, let's say I move from here to here, like I just turn it a bit, then I have to spend that 1 inch for turning. Might be a bit clumsy, but it was okay. It was not too bad. So my bows get into the range, These guys, I think, just run. I think if you run, it's just W movement, so 10 inches if I'm not mistaken, and then it's turn 2. Nothing dramatic happens. And I think this is why a game like this is very good, similar to Bolt Action, because it builds up. Turn 1 and 2, you're not in range, you're not in melee. It is a lot of positioning. Maybe you cast a spell, and it's a slow build, then you get a climax, and then maybe somebody wins or loses. So this guy attempts to cast a spell, and I think on a 7+, I will get it off, as you can see here. I get it off on a 9, and I think for each level that your mage has, it gets easier. So this is a level 2, and I think I needed a 7, so maybe a 5 would have been enough, something like this. And this guy attempts to, in German it's called bannen, to ban my spell, but he doesn't. And yeah, and now they get a debuff. I think they, I can reroll my failed arrows, or my if I roll a 1 on a 2 wound or 2 hit, I can reroll them. So they are cursed. These guys I deploy in a line, because they are the Lothern Sea Guard and they have spears, but they have also bows. But the bows from the second row cannot shoot unless you're, I think, on a hill or you're in a line. So I move 5 and then I move again, I think. And I just deploy them into a line. I don't know if I will shoot this turn or next, because you get also for pretty similar, pretty standard thing. I think over half range you get -1 to hit. If you're moving and shooting, you get -1 to hit. And I think if you have black powder weapons like the dwarves have, they can just stand and shoot. Like they can just move or they can shoot. Like it's not both. As you can see, my shooting starts pretty soon. And I got a bunch of stuff in position. And the spearmen, I'm moving them on the flank in the hopes I get them into the flank or maybe even the rear. So if you're charging something into the flank or the rear, I think they got minuses to morale, and I'm not sure, minuses also to hit, or pluses to hit. I'm not sure, I don't remember everything. But yeah, so these guys shoot, 5 guys shooting. Then these guys shoot, these guys don't have nothing, and yeah, this is what I did. So as you can see, it's not easy to maneuver your guys here. So I'm shooting, and I think I'm hitting on 4s, but because I'm over half range, I'm hitting on 5s. And yeah, I hit four times, maybe even 5 times. I'm not sure what the ballistic skill is. Could be that the ballistic skill is 4, so 7 minus 4 is a 3 up, but I have to check. But I think I hit all of these, and these ones I miss. And then I wound, and man, do I wound like a boss. It is, I think the bow is a strength 3 on toughness 4, because the dwarves are toughness 4. So I'm hitting, I'm wounding on 5s. And boy oh boy, do I hit. They have to take armor tests or armor saves, but I'm not sure what they have, because they have maybe just light armor or heavy armor. So it's a 5 up or a 6 up, and just the boss has a shield, so they don't have shields. But I think, yeah, Alex manages to save those. As you can see, 6, 4 up, 5 up. I think he loses 2 guys. Yeah, I think he loses 2 guys, 1 here and 1 here. So also pretty lucky for him, but he's starting to get pissed. And I will do this all game. I will just unleash arrows and try to whittle him down, to soften him up before I'll go in for the charge or for the melee. The dwarves are pretty slow. And because they are not in a marching formation, they are moving very, very slow, but cautiously. Alex has now his guys on the mission. And I think if you're standing here on or every unit staying within 3 or 6 inches scores a point. So he's already there, and yeah, we'll see what happens in a second. So Alex is checking if he has line of sight or a clear line of sight for his Thunderers. I think they have to stand and shoot, and because he's shooting through terrain, I guess I get he gets a -1 to hit. So he shoots. This guy move up a bit, and yeah, what's happening? So I think 3 will hit, and then I have some armor saves, but I think they only have light armor, so it's a 6-up save. And I think that the Thunderers also have armor penetration. And sometimes there's also something in this game called Armor Bane, and if it has Armor Bane 1, then it means that the penetration, well, it penetrates, and the penetration goes sometimes from, armor penetration usually is 1, but Armor Bane means you don't have an armor save, and sometimes Armor Bane is 2, and that means that your armor gets worse by 2. I think that's what Armor Bane is, but I should reread it again. Again, I lose guys, and here we try to show how these guys are shooting. Like, looks really amazing. Turn 3, so now I start to cast again to curse something. I have also, I think, a Firebolt, and I get it off with a 7, but I think that this guy will dispel it with an 11. And so no fireballs for the dwarfs. But I think my white lines are now in charge range. Again, charge is your normal movement, 5 plus 2d6, so maybe a charge of 11. And as you can see, I make it. It is a ballsy charge, but then Alex uses, no, not uses, but uses Shieldwall once per game during a turn in which it was charged. A unit with this special rule is arrayed, that is arrayed in close order formation, and it is, can give ground rather than fall back. Okay, I think we played it wrong. Yep. I think we played wrong, because I will get here and he will shift away 2 inches, but I think once per game during that is equipped. Yeah, I think we played wrong, because we read it the way that he can now shift away 2 inches so that he will not get caught in melee, and so he now takes the charge and then shifts 1 inch, but we played it wrong, I'm sure. I should have charged in. And I think the charge bonus is that you get another attack with these guys. But I would have striked last because I have great axes and he has axes and shields, so normal melee weapons. So he would have striked first with his initiative. So here I think we played it wrong. I have to tell this Alex after the game. And because my guys are just standing there, they get shot at. And I'm sure I lose 1 or 2 guys, and these guys shoot again at my horses, but over half range through cover, so nothing will really happen. And these guys now turn towards my spearmen, and these guys just stand there. So this is turn 3. Again, my bowman, my Lothran Seaguard, starts shooting at these guys, and I'm whittling them down. That's so much fun. I think that's great. Yeah, at least in this border clash. I will also shoot with these guys, with my horses, at the dwarfs. And as you can see, they are just losing guys. Yeah, it's not good. They should have had another formation. And now we meet in the middle, and my 5 sword masters of Hoeth want to duel with these guys. And it is on, but not this turn. We'll see. So yeah, really a small game, just to get a hang of the game and how it plays. So these guys, the Thunderers, again shooting. Alex having definitely fun shooting with his thunderers, I shooting with my bows. It's really cool. As you can see, I lose a guy. And then we get into melee again. I'm not sure who's charging, if Alex is charging or I'm charging. But yeah, we're also starting to strike, and it goes after initiative. I think my elves have higher initiative, but because I have strike last with this great axis, he strikes first. And this is a rule in the old world. I don't know if it's good or if it's bad. Should you lose, like let's say he strikes first, and my axes, when they strike, they I think will get strength +1 or 2, and my elves also have a good weapon skill, and the strengths will also mean that I will wound them better. But if he manages to kill all my dudes in the front row, these guys will step in, but they will not be able to strike back. So let me know what you think of that rule, if it should be different. But I think he kills a few, like he kills 1 or 2, and then yeah, fall back in good order. So who falls back in good order? I don't know if I have to fall back. Yeah, it's always the combat result. So you're fighting, and again, it's weapon skill versus first it's initiative, then it's weapon skill versus weapon skill. I think these guys have a weapon skill of 5, if I'm not mistaken. They have a weapon skill of 4 or 3, so they are hitting me only on 5s, which is good, and then they're wounding me maybe on 4s, and then if I strike back, I'm wounding them probably hitting them probably on 3s and wounding them on 2s, because the axes I think give strength +2. I'm not sure because I played it a month ago, but something like this. And then you have to check your combat result, and it is how many wounds have you taken. Let's say I have taken 1 wound. How many wounds has he taken? Let's say he has taken no wounds, so he wins the battle. Then everybody gets a point for a standard bearer. Then you get a point for each full rank behind the first one, I think to a maximum of 2. And if there was another rank here with 4 guys, I think that wouldn't count. I would just get the bonus for 1 rank behind this. And then you add up your combat result, and then you see what happens. Like if you break, if you flee, if you fall back in good order, or if you just give ground. And I think I fall back in good order, or maybe he falls back in good order. And that means that you roll your dice and then regroup again. So we'll see who will do that, and then I will follow up. I think I will follow up, and then it's the 4th turn. And as you can see, we're here in a melee battle. Here we're facing us down, and here my spearman in a second will come in. And again, it's I think this is like more time, where the first thing of the round is definitely the command phase and shooting and something like that, and then you have to charge. Before you do something, the first things you do in the movement phase, I think, is you call the charges and then you charge in. I'm shooting, again, whittling down these guys. As you can see, some brutal dice today, and they are just taking losses, and Alex is not amused, and he tells me that he will bring next time big guns. And yeah, these guys shooting and these guys whittling down, it's just a pleasure. But yeah, it's a very small game, so it's just to get the hang of the mechanics. These guys charge in, or my guys, I think I charge in. And spears are not that great, and usually spears can fight from the 2nd rank, but I think not in the round they charged. And so yeah, these guys are engaged in melee. Nothing really happens, I think. Maybe I win the combat result, they go back, they have to fall back in good order or something like that, and I will follow up. And this is really cool, because like now you can see how you could easily break up the enemy's formation and kind of punish a lot of things. Here I lose 2 guys. I don't know what's this. I roll a few wounds. Again, we're kind of engaged in a big fat melee. When he hits, he makes some normal hits. He's like, I would say, hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s. And I think I'm hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. Maybe even on 2s, but the problem is I strike last. So he kills 2 of my guys, I kill 2 of his guys, and the melee continues. I think the combat result is a draw, so we just stand there, and then here I think the dwarves close in. These guys shoot at my horses, or maybe at this guy's, and yeah, what happens next? So the melee again continues, but yeah, I roll kind of bad. I think this is what it is. I should have rolled much better because yeah, I don't know, they have good armor, they have good strengths, but I roll poorly, and that costs me the melee, and these guys are whittling me down, and I probably lose the combat result, and my white lions flee, but maybe they have stubborn, I'm not sure, it's round 5, and as you can see, everything is kind of breaking apart. Here these guys, due to bad rolls from my side, are losing the combat. As you can see, I kill 3 of his guys, I lose 2 of my guys. But then I think he wins through the combat result, and I want to run away. And yeah, it's not much left. And here I think I lose. I take 2 of his guys. He takes 2 of mine, and then I think he wins by 1 because he's supported in the back. I'm not sure. And as you can see, I have to roll for leadership, and my leadership is an 8. I roll an 11, and so my guys flee. As you can see, I have to roll 2d6s, and so my guys flee 6 inches, and he pursues me with, let's see, move away from the units. Okay, break test. I'm sure he just rolls an 11, and he catches my guys off guard. And so he runs them down, and they're gone. I don't know if I like this mechanic, but it's kinda crazy. Like I was doing okay, then I lose the combat, and then my guys flee, and they get caught. So now the elves are kind of breaking in this border dispute. I'm trying to hold up the forces, but here now the big dwarven beatstick gets into my swordmasters of Hoeth, and as you can see here, the melee started here. Now look where we are. Like I drove him back all the way. Kind of cool, that melee battle. But then I lose 2 guys, my last 2 guys, and then this guy flees. They cannot catch him, and yeah, the last battle of the game, Swordmasters versus Hammerers, and I lose 1 guy, and I think I roll pretty poorly. I think I would have hit on 3s, and then terrible things would have happened, or maybe I have even a 4-up armor save, but yeah, I lose my guys, and that's it. So not rolling very good today, and as you can see, this guy flees, they get him, and so the dwarves win. And I would say Warhammer The Old World is a really good game. I enjoyed it, and we were kind of hyped and wanted to play more of it, and we will. But then Pillage came along the way, and more time came again, and due to responsibilities, work, life, we didn't have the mental capacity to play bigger games, so we went for smaller skirmishes. But we will definitely revisit the Old World. If I could, I would play once in a while an Old World, because like the fantasy setting is really good. I really like it, I might play some War Master in the future, and the Warhammer Fantasy setting is just amazing. Yeah, that's all I can say. We had a blast, and I guess we see us and have a nice day and enjoy painting minis. See ya.